So are you lonely and autistic? In this video, I'm covering all of that right now. Don't go anywhere. Hey guys, welcome back to TheAspieWorld. My name is Dan and I have autism and ADHD, and I make weekly videos all about this stuff. So if you're interested in learning more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button by clicking the notification bell down below and follow along with all the videos I publish. Okay, so about 2 weeks ago, I came across an article online and it was talking about how autistic individuals are lonely, right? And then it really got me thinking, like, I'm an autistic individual and am I lonely? Yeah, and I thought I was lonely because of my job. You know, I'm a YouTuber or an influencer, so I'm sitting at home all day on my own, making videos, you know, doing meetings on Zoom. I'm not actually interacting with people. I don't have any communal office space. I don't actually have the water cooler where I can talk to people and hang out. And because of that, it does lead for a quite lonely life. And pretty recently, I've been feeling really lonely because before the pandemic, I'd fly around, you know, go to LA for VidCon, I'd be flying around doing different things. And then since COVID, everything slowed down and I hadn't kind of like done a lot of those things. Okay, that being said, we're kind of moving into 2024 now. And, you know, COVID was a few years ago. And I am now moving around to do more events. However, I still feel lonely because I don't work with anybody. I don't have any friends. I don't have friends to go out have coffee with. I don't have friends to go out and see. And one of the biggest challenges autistic individuals face is the fact that social interaction can be so difficult and challenging that it's not something that we naturally kind of go for. So I want to do a series all about kind of, you know, loneliness. Like this is number one in a series. I want to make about 3 or 4 videos on it. And the reason why, I'll tell you in a minute. So I ran a poll on my Twitter or X account. I ran a poll on my Instagram and on my community tab here on YouTube, asking my autistic audience, do you feel lonely, right? On X, 82% of people said yes, which is a staggering statistic. On Instagram, 88% of people said yes. And then on YouTube, 75% of people said yes, they are lonely. But one of the most interesting thing about this was 1.6 thousand people voted on this, and 75% of those voted yes, they are lonely, which to me is a big cry saying that, hey, we're a community of autistic individuals and we feel lonely. But what's more fascinating is that 1.6 thousand people just told me that they are lonely, or just less than 1.6 thousand people, so they were lonely on my YouTube channel, which is interesting because if I could get all those in a room together, they'd no longer be lonely, right? So I have this crazy idea. I want to build community. I want to build a way for people to interact. I don't know if it should be an app, if it should be a forum, a website. I'm not entirely sure. So let's chime in the comments before I move on with the next part of what I want to talk about. And let me know, what kind of platform do you think we should do? Should we have a group chat on WhatsApp? Should we have a website, kind of like Facebook, but our own one for autistic individuals? Should we have a forum, so you go on there and it's not instant chat, it's kind of like, you know, updated every now and then? Like, I want to know, what do you think is the coolest way that we could create a community so we can not feel lonely? Because it really does bug me. I was talking about the average survival age of an autistic individual, and some of those figures are quite shocking. And I'm not going to get into it right now because I did some posts about it on Instagram, and it's kind of quite sensitive. But because of that, it kind of makes you think, well, is loneliness a contributing factor to potential short lifespans? And I think so. I think it really is. I think it plays on your mental health. I think it plays on a lot of different things, especially socially. Relationships, like not just friendships, I mean, romantic relationships. You know, you need all types of relationship in your life, right? We have health, wealth, and relationships. And those relationships are key to our existence because we communicate with people, with beings, right? We have relationships with the animals we have as pets. We have relationships with everything. We have to have good, solid beingness around people. You know, we're communal animals. We always have been from you know, you look at hominids and early man, right? We were hunter-gatherers. You know, we were in packs of people. It takes a whole village, right? You've heard that saying. That being said, what I want to do, not just online, because we spoke about the online thing, which I'd love to have your comments and chime in, but outside of online, I think that I want to do something really interesting. I've never done this before. I want to set up physical kind of AspieWorld social groups. And I'm going to demo the first one in North Wales, where I live, and I'm going to document the whole process. So this is process number 1. I've spoken to a guy I know called Ben, who's also on the autism spectrum, who lives locally, and he's a cool guy. And I said to him, Ben, would you help me run these social nights if we put one on, right? Once a month. Like the Anglesey Autism Social Group, right? For adults or, you know, older people, aging people. He was really interested in that. Because there's a lot of stuff for kids, right? Just think about this. There's loads of social clubs for kids. And kids are in school, so they're not as lonely as autistic adults. I'm not saying that. Look, let me put this straight. Autistic children can be lonely and probably are lonely as well. I'm not saying that they're not, but I'm saying they have a bigger chance of having access to social interaction than autistic adults who will rather just isolate themselves in their house rather than, I don't know, going out and doing something interesting. Now, look, check this out. I just wanted to bring your attention to this. This is the Ono roller, okay? This is my favorite fidget toy right now. Somebody asked me a question of it yesterday on a live and say like, oh, what's your favorite fidget toy? And I just remembered, it was the Ono roller. Now, this actually is my favorite fidget toy, and I always got it to hand, so I was easy to kind of find it really quickly then. You can actually get 10% off if you want access to this little bad boy. There's a link in the URL in my bio. So if you go to my bio on any of my social media platforms and go to that link, it's tinytau.com, and then go there and you'll see the Honor Roller. You get 10% off. So go and sign up for it. Super awesome. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'll leave a link for it down in the description down below. So setting up social groups, I want to document it on this process. This is why I'm going to turn it into a series. I'm going to vlog the process of actually setting this up, from creation of a logo, promotion of it on Facebook and stuff like that, getting people to sign up to it. So we have like a list of people we can email, and then executing the first kind of meeting. I'm not entirely sure how well it's going to go or who will turn up or whatever, but if this works well locally for me on a local level, I know I can then encourage you to start up your own ones in your own areas, as long as we have safety protocol that we can follow. And this is something that also I have to follow as well. So we'll have a blueprint, some way of knowing how can we do this, because the autism loneliness epidemic is really kind of bugging me, because like, I know what it's like to feel lonely, right? I know what it's like to feel isolated. I know what it's like to feel all by yourself in a crowded room. You know, there's hundreds and thousands of people around you all the time, yet you just feel completely isolated, not just socially. You feel isolated from kind of just real life, like what is going on outside, what's going on in the world. So I think it's time to change that narrative. I think it's time that autistic individuals, because like I said, you know, 83% of the people who answered yes on X, you know, 88% of the people answered yes on Instagram, and 75% of people added yes on my YouTube channel. Those people alone, you're looking at like 100,000 people. Like, how can we have 100,000 people who feel alone, but they're also part of the same community? We need to bring them together. And so I'm really, really excited to do this. I want all suggestions and everything. And right now, it's funny, I'm live streaming on my TikTok channel. So if you haven't followed me on TikTok, go follow me right now. And I'm also live streaming on my Twitch, because I live stream every single day on Twitch and TikTok. So, and I want to know, anywhere you're watching this right now, leave a comment and let me know. Or you can just email me, TheAspieWorld@gmail.com, and you'll find out more information. So that being said, guys, let me know any ideas that you have on this subject. I'm going to document it loads, and yeah, give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know that you care and like this type of video, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.